Hello? Hello? Assalamu alaikum, guys. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Is that you, Muhammad?
Yep.
Okay. How you going, Muhammad?
Good. How are you, man?
Yeah, good. Okay. So, can everyone hear me? Marij, Qasim, Umair, can you all hear me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm Umair. I can hear you. Yeah, I'm going to mute the phone now.
Okay.
I can hear you. I'm Qasim.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to get straight to the point of CRM. Please forgive me for not introducing everyone, but that would take another 15 minutes and 30 minutes. So maybe in the future we could do an introduction, but later on. But for now, we'll start the class. Is that okay with you guys?
100%. It's better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Introduction can be given in the chat window as well, so no worries for that.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So all right. Okay. So sorry. Okay. So let's start the class. Okay. So basically, this is dynamic CRM here. Okay. So we log on to Microsoft. We log on to Microsoft portal. Sorry, we log on to portal.microsoft.com, and then we have the Dynamics 365 here, and then it takes us to this link. And if we click on Dynamics 365 Custom, it takes us to this link here in the Dynamics 365. Okay, so we'll talk about that. We'll dive into Dynamics 365 a bit later. I just wanted to discuss, what CRM is about. I just want to discuss about what tools, what features, what we use in CRM. Okay, so CRM is a customer relationship management. Okay, client relationship management, customer relationship management, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so companies like real estate agent, the real estate agent, there's the agent, and then there's the customers who might be the buying houses, or might be tenants. They're your customers. Okay, so you build a relationship with them. So you can use that in a customer relationship management. It's anything to do with a relationship. All right, a charity organization. So a charity organization trying to get donation money from the people. Those people are their customers. Okay, so you can record all that details in Dynamic CRM. All right, house builders. Okay, so again, like building houses, you want to sell houses, for example, then what you would do is you would your clients, the people that the people that might wanted to purchase your house off you, they can be potential opportunities, and they can be customers and all that stuff. Okay, so anything to do with relationship. Okay, when it comes to business, especially. Okay, you got that? You guys got that? You understand that, you guys?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, so some of the CRM out there, okay, there's a couple of CRMs out there. There's Zoho CRM, there's Pipedrive, there's Dynamic CRM, and I probably should mention, I think, the Oracle and SAP.
Excuse me, sorry, Murtaza bhai.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Can I please request something?
Yeah.
if that's not inappropriate.
Mhm.
Yeah, can I request all the participants to mute their microphones because there is a lot of background noise from the kids and everything else is going on, and it actually distracts. I'm really sorry, but could you please do that?
No, that's okay. Can you guys all mute your microphones, please?
There's kids and, you
And
know,
also,
yeah.
I want to request there are some videos open. So can you please stop your video as
Yeah,
well?
stop the video.
Yeah. I can see Khurram, I can see Qasim, videos are open.
Yeah, there's still kids' voice coming in.
Khurram is still there.
Khurram, can you turn off the video? And can you, anyone there, can you mute? We can hear kids' noise in the background.
Khurram, brother, please turn off your video.
Maybe he can't hear us. But the noise is a bit deep. But then again, you know, like wait, let me see whose voice is turned on. I'll mute him. Is that better? And I'll turn off his video.
The video is not a big problem. Yeah, okay, thank you.
All right.
No, the family is the problem. We can see the family at the back. That's why I'm checking.
Yeah, but you can minimize that, mate. You can minimize at the top, but the big problem is the voice.
Okay, no problems. Let's resume class, okay? So everyone's okay now?
Yep, I am.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, all right, cool. So some of the CRM softwares out there is Zoho CRM, the Pipedrive CRM, Salesforce, Dynamic CRM. Basically, if you type in, I don't know, so best CRM in best CRM software, for example, you'll get a lot of the CRM softwares out here. So unfortunately, they don't show dynamic CRM for some reason. I don't know why that's the reason. There might be other reasons behind that, but Zoho, Salesforce, HubSpot, Sugar CRM, and other ones as well. Okay, so basically, yeah, you can Google that yourself and find out a bit about the CRM. The most famous one is the Salesforce. Okay, so two main enterprise ones. There's the Salesforce and the Dynamic CRM. Okay, the reason why, one example why, if you wanted to use your LinkedIn, for example, LinkedIn Navigator, Sales Navigator with Dynamic CRM or Salesforce, you can use that. The LinkedIn enables you to connect with Salesforce and with Dynamic CRM. So I know at least these two CRMs that enable you to connect. But you know, you can do some coding and all those other stuff. You might be able to do with other CRMs. I don't know much about them, but Dynamic CRM, I know definitely you can do C# coding, and you can customize it and the way you want. You can do C# and JavaScript coding and so on. So okay, so yep. So what's the greatest market leader? So Salesforce is the greatest market leader. It has the biggest market share. Okay, but in 2008, Salesforce would be still be the market leader. But this is what I'm reading an article. I read an article about this. But Dynamic CRM is gaining more market share, and basically it's gaining more market share, and basically it said that CRM is probably, the Dynamic CRM is a better bet than Salesforce in 2018. That's just what the article says. That's not my words. That's what the article says. So yes, don't take my words for that. So yeah, So yeah, I mean, some reasons why dynamic CRM is more the better bet. The reason why is probably CRM. Microsoft already has a whole bunch of products. You know, you got your Outlook, you got your Power BI, you got SSRS reports, you got Flow, you got other things as well. You got LinkedIn, you got SharePoint. So you got a whole big mix of tools Microsoft already owns, and it can be embedded, properly with Dynamic CRM. Even when it comes to development, you got Visual Studio, you got SSIS packages, and those type of things. You got Azure Data Factory, those type of things. Okay, so this is why maybe the article mentioned that dynamic CRM is a better bet. The other thing is that dynamic CRM, in terms of the licensing, as far as I read in the article, was that Salesforce full license is more expensive than dynamic CRM. Okay, so Salesforce, you would probably get what you call it. I think the roughly don't record me on this, but I think it's roughly $150 or something, whereas dynamic CRM is $100, at least for now. You know, and they have other licenses as well, like team license, which is about $10, which you get a bit less access, but you get some sort of access with the team license. Okay, so then so the jobs for CRM. Okay, so we have the CRM administrators, the dynamic CRM administrators, we have the developers, we have the business analysis, and we have the architect. Okay, you can probably add testers and those type of things as well. But yes, generally administrators, they don't know coding and they focus purely on administration, but that's not the case all the time. Maybe administrators know code. Sometimes developers, if you're hired as a CRM developer, you're doing both administration and both development. Okay, and sometimes you got the business analysis people, which are the functional people, which so basically, I'm the developer. Let's say I'm hired as a developer, and basically we have the business analysis people giving us the requirements from the company, and we go implement, and the developer will go and do the actual development and deliver the feature or the product in the dynamic CRM. And obviously you got your architects here who give an overview of the whole CRM structure, and basically, possibly create diagrams in Visio and other applications, and present a very overview of, your architect of, how, like for example, what's your environments, what environments do you have? Do you have a dev, UAT, production environment, or what features you might want to have with your CRM today and in the future. Those type of things your architect diagram draws for you. And what systems are linking with the CRM. So do we have custom .NET projects linking with the CRM, like console applications or things like that? Yeah, so on and so. Or do we have like Azure database linked with the CRM? Those type of things. Okay. Okay, the pay is between from what I analyze, from my view, at least in Sydney, that's what I could say, is the pay I've seen is about $500 to $1,000 a day if you're contracting. Okay. And for permanent, I've seen about 80,000 to 180,000 a year. Okay. So that's roughly what I've seen regarding the pay. But then again, don't count me on this. I mean, if there might be a role that's less than this, the contract rate, you might find something for 450, 400. I'm not sure. But generally, what I've seen, on Seek and stuff, is between $500 to $1,000 per day. Okay. All right. So, and what can you use CRM for? Okay. So I mentioned CRM has everything to do with marketing. Sorry, everything to do with customer relationship management. Okay. So what can a company use CRM for? So they can use it for their contact and account management. So if you want a whole contact and account source of truth, account meaning company. So if you want to, if you want to refer to, and like if you wanted to refer to all your companies, where if you want to search for a company in, in your organization, like search up information about that company and all that stuff, you can use the CRM for that, or the contact management, like if you have, for example, Commonwealth Bank or something. So Commonwealth Bank will be your account, okay? And then the Commonwealth Bank might have account contacts linked to there. There might be the contact person one, who might be, I don't know, Donald Trump, okay? And the contact person two, who might be Barack Obama, okay? So you could use that for the account and contact management. Sales is one of the big reason why people use CRM. They use it to manage their sales. So you can create leads, you can create opportunity, you can create, you can do more things than that. You could, opportunity won, opportunity loss, and then you can create reports out of that. So how many, how many opportunities did we win? How many opportunities did we lose? So an example of a sales is that, you're a builder, okay? You're a builder and someone messaged you, someone looked at your website and they went to the contact us page, and then from the contact us page, when they fill out the form, the contact us form, you get an email, okay, saying that this person might be interested in purchasing a property from you, a house from you, okay? So what you'll do then, that's kind of like a lead, okay? That someone is looked at your website, come through you, and he's like a lead, okay? And then what you do is you can convert that to an opportunity. If you can contact that person or something, and you can see if he's genuine, and if he's a genuine person, you can convert that to an opportunity, okay? And in the opportunity, that person might, you have a house you want to build, so it might cost you $400,000 to build the house. So you give him the plan. So you make phone calls with him, you make meetings with him, you make tasks related things with him. So a phone call would be like giving him a call, telling him about your house plans. That's a phone call. Meeting with him, going to his house, physically meeting him, telling him the plans, or getting him to come to your company and telling him about the plan. So that's a meeting. And then a task would be that you create a task, and all your task lists of from A to B of what you want to do with this client, to see if you can get an opportunity one for him, okay? If you can win an opportunity for him. And then again, then you change. Then if it's a win opportunity, then you then the opportunity is won, and you record that in CRM. And if the opportunity is lost, you record that in CRM as well. Okay, so that's like a sales process from a point of view of part of what they do in their work, and part of what they do they can record it in the CRM. Okay, marketing. All right. So marketing. So what I understand from marketing, I haven't worked on marketing that much in CRM. But say, for example, that we wanted to do an advertisement on YouTube. Okay, so we would launch a marketing campaign. Okay, how much it'll cost, how long, what's the duration we want the advertisement to go for a month or for 2 weeks or whatever, and we record that as a marketing advertisement, and go from there. And that's kind of like a marketing campaign that we're doing, for example. Case management is your ticketing system, okay? So your ticketing, for example, your, So, in IT, in especially help desk, when the issue is lodged, okay? you create a ticket, you get a ticket created for that issue. So, for example, the printer is not working in the company. Someone sends a help desk email that the printer is not working. The help desk will get the email, and they'll be created as a ticket, and then they can, then they can communicate with the customer, with the person that's having issues with the printer, and then they go fix the printer and so on and so on. So that's a case management ticketing system, okay? Or it's case management, but you can refer it as a ticketing system. And then you have field service. Okay, field service, you can, a good example, if you, what I understand of field service is, think of NRMA roadside assistance, okay? So your car is down, somewhere in this, in the city, for example, somewhere in Sydney, and you call the NRMA to see that, my car is down, so, can you send me a roadside assistance to help me? Okay. So what will happen then is that person would, would find the nearest roadside assistance on his CRM. So he can see like there might be like 2 or 3 roadside assistant people, NRMA drivers to in the roadside assistance. So which one is the closest person? So one might be 5 kilometers away, one might be 100 kilometers away, one might be 20 kilometers away. So obviously the 5 kilometer person will probably be assigned the job to go and see this, see the fix, go to that person and fix the car, or go to that client and deal with him regarding the car service. Okay. Project service, I haven't used that much at all, so I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, but project service is one thing you can use it for as well. Okay, you can probably Google it up what project service is used for. Okay, and then the payment system. Okay, so if you're, for example, a travel agent, all right, and you wanted to pay your travel agents, all right? So you're a travel agent company like Flight Center, for example, all right? And you wanted to pay all your travel agents, okay? So what you would do is you would, you probably get all your transaction information, sales information from your, for example, suppliers like Air China, Air France, Qantas Airways, P&O Cruises, those type of things, right? And you record that in your CRM, possibly as a sales data header, sales data details. So the sales data header is kind of, like your, the sales data header is your like Air France, Air China, or Qantas. They're your sales data header, and then your sales data details is your all your sales related to that Flight Center travel agent. So Flight Center Blacktown, Flight Center Parramatta, Flight Center Bankstown, Flight Center. So all the transactions related with all the flight centers in the in the country, for example. Okay. And eventually I don't want to go through the whole system of the payment system, but eventually what happens, some calculations happen in the background, and then what you can do, you can pay the travel agent. You can't pay him direct. I don't think you can pay him directly through CRM, but what you can do is you can pay the travel agent using other ERP tools like Dynamics Great Plains and Dynamic Navision. You can pay them there. You can probably export or Dynamic AX. You can export. CRM could create an Excel report, export that Excel report, and pay the Dynamics Nav, or do the payment using Dynamics Nav or Dynamics Great Plains or Dynamics AX. And then when you can come back to CRM, and then you can create a tax invoice, like through SSRS reports, for example, and you can send email to all the travel agents with your using a workflow in your CRM that sends all the emails to all the travel agents. So bit of an example of a payment system, how you can use it, how you can use CRM for that. Okay, did you guys understand all this?
Yes, so far. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The software that can link with Dynamic CRM. So it's not just Dynamic CRM. Obviously, Dynamic CRM is a Microsoft product. Okay. So you can use your Outlook email. You can sync your. So if you create, the Microsoft Outlook, where you have all your emails, you can sync your emails. You can sync your meetings. So if you create a meeting in Outlook, and if you wanted to sync that in Dynamic CRM, you can do that. You can sync your emails, you can sync your tasks, you can sync your contacts that you create in your Outlook. You need some, what you call it, you need a, a extra plugin for that in Outlook, but you can find that on the internet. There's the Dynamic CRM or the Outlook to Dynamic CRM syncing. If you Google that, then you probably find some app out there. There's also another tool called the Dynamics app, or this Outlook Dynamics app or something like that, which you could use as well in Dynamic CRM. And it does all your syncing with meetings, emails, and tasks and contacts. Then you can use Excel for your data import. Okay, so so what you do is you can export your Excel to the you can export a template of your contacts, for example, and you can add the data in Excel, and then you can import it back to Excel. You can import the data back in CRM, with all the contact information. So I might export an Excel contact template, and I might have columns in there like first name, last name, address, company, that contact is with, and then what you'll do is you'll add, I'll create maybe 3 records in the Excel, and then I can import that Excel back into CRM, and that data will get uploaded into the CRM and insert the data in the contact list, in the contact entity. Okay. Then you have your Power BI. Power BI is your reports. I don't know if you guys have any of you guys heard of Power BI? Hello?
Yes, we have muted our microphones. We have heard about Power BI, but would be better if you can explain more.
Okay, Power BI is a very interactive reporting system. Okay, so for example, what I mentioned is that when you create your sales, okay, you want to see how many opportunities you've won, how many opportunities you've lost, how many meetings have you done with the contact. For example, you want to report where you have a contact list and you're a builder, right? So you have a contact list and you're a builder, right? And one of your contacts, you haven't contacted him in the last 150 days, all right? So you might create a Power BI report with that, that shows a graph, a bar graph or something like that, of all the contacts that you haven't contacted the last 150 days. And then, you can use that data to then go into CRM and then try to contact those, those contactors that you haven't contacted for the last 150 days. Okay. And then you can, or say you got or something like that, or if you want information about the opportunity won, opportunity lost, how many opportunities do you want, how many opportunities did you lose? If you want that in a graph format, you can use Power BI for that. It's very interactive, and you don't require SQL that much. SQL, the database language, you can do a lot of things without knowing SQL in Power BI. Then you can create SSRS reports. Okay, the reporting server or the reporting service or whatever you want to call it. All right, you can create things like tax invoice. Okay, so you can what you can do, you can create like tax invoice, and you can link that up with the CRM. So for example, the payment system, or I mentioned the travel agent, you can send emails to all your travel agents in the using SSRS reports. Okay, so SSRS reports is very flexible in CRM, and it can be used a lot in dynamic CRM. Then you got Microsoft Flow. Okay, like you can use Microsoft Flow. It's like a workflow, but you can use it more. You can communicate with other systems. For example, if you want to send an SMS, right, to your contacts. So, for example, like what happens to me from Harvey Norman, I usually get SMS from Harvey Norman if there's a special on. Okay, I don't know if you guys get those type of messages, but I usually get the message from Harvey Norman when there's a special on, and then and so that SMS most likely is coming from a CRM system, possibly Salesforce, possibly Dynamic CRM, and basically you can use Flow to do that. You can use Flow to send SMS. So if you wanted to, like Christmas is coming up, so if you wanted to send a Christmas card, if you want to send a Christmas greeting to all your customers, you can go and send SMS to your customers, using Flow, and Merry Christmas or Happy New Year or whatever you want. You can do those type of things using Flow. Or if you have specials going on, you can send SMS to your customers using SMS, using Microsoft Flow. Then you got your Power Apps. Power Apps are like forms, external forms that you can link it with Dynamics CRM, and you can link it with SharePoint as well. I haven't done much Power Apps, but that's another powerful tool there as well, which you could use. And another fascinating feature is the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Okay, this costs extra money. Okay, but what you can do is, so for example, in your LinkedIn Sales Navigator, if you have access to that, okay, what you can do is type in the word, like recruitment companies would probably use this a lot. You type in the company Commonwealth Bank, all right, and then you click on it, and then it shows you all the contacts related to Commonwealth Bank. Okay, so and then you can probably obviously the people that are using LinkedIn, all the LinkedIn contacts that are related to Commonwealth Bank, and then if you want to send messages to them like, hey guys, I have this. Are you looking for any recruitment? What you call it? Do you have any job opportunities which I could recruit for? And then you might go to your developers and your BA and you'd say, look, we have a job opportunity. Are you interested? So you can do that using the Sales Navigator and find your contacts and find your your business there, and you can find your contacts there. Okay, and then you can use your LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You can link that with the Dynamic CRM. Okay, so if you create an opportunity, for example, you'll have a LinkedIn widget in there, LinkedIn Sales widget, and then you can see other related, like if your opportunity is with a person who works in NAB Bank, okay, then what the LinkedIn Sales Navigator will do, it's pretty intelligent. It would say if the company you're referencing is in this opportunity is LinkedIn, is NAB Bank, and if it's NAB Bank, and then it might find more relevant contacts with NAB Bank for you to communicate with and send messages to, and so on. So, and then, as I said, for ERP, for payment system, you can use Dynamic AX, you can use Dynamics Great Plains, and you can use Dynamic Navision. Okay, so I'm assuming this will be extra cost if you were to use these other systems. You can also use SharePoint. Any of you guys familiar with SharePoint?
Would love to know a little bit more about SharePoint.
Okay, so think of your intranet system. Okay, if you guys worked in a company, especially a big corporate organization, your intranet, your intranet site, okay, with all maybe you're managing all your documents, you're managing, you're managing some, you might have some approval workflows in there, those type of things. You know what I mean? Like, for example, might have a travel expense form on your SharePoint. You know what I mean? So anyone traveling would fill out that travel expense form, and basically, and if you're traveling to a place where it costs less than $2,000, then an email might go to your department head or your manager saying that, it's this person is traveling. He's traveling under $2,000. Will you approve it? And if he says approve, he can approve. He can reject. He can reject. This is all online form related. Okay, so and then if you can use InfoPath forms to create the online forms, and then say if you requested more than $2,000 in your travel, then maybe an email might go to your manager, and then the CFO or the general manager of finance, and they would have to approve. So it depends how much you request. It depends how much approvers it goes to, how much money you request in your travel. So that's an example. All right. Well, another example is a purchase order form. All right. You might want to create your purchase order form in the SharePoint. So any purchase order that happens, you can go and create that and have an approval system. And then obviously SharePoint, you can manage all your documents. It's good for document management, your Excel files, your Word documents, your PowerPoint documents, and you can do a lot of that there. So if you want CRM to manage all your documents or something like that, you can probably use SharePoint linking with CRM to manage all your documents and go from there. All right. Then you got your Azure. Any of you guys know about Azure?
We have heard a lot about Azure, but can you explain a little bit detail about Azure, because that's a buzzword in the industry?
Okay, so there's two things you might have heard of: Azure and AWS. AWS is Amazon Web Service, which is not related to Microsoft, but Azure is a Microsoft product, where if you wanted to host your websites onto the cloud, basically you can use that using Azure. So general process, if you were to host your website on premises, all right, inside your company, you'll probably need a server, you'd probably need some network system, you probably need some other things, okay? And then what you'll do is then you'll host the your website or maybe applications internal related to your company, you would host it there. But Azure gets rid of your infrastructure. Okay, you don't need servers, you don't need anything. Microsoft takes care of that. Are you using Microsoft servers? You're using Microsoft infrastructure. So all you need to do is you need to just there's a user interface application, a web application, where you just wanted to, when you want to deploy a website, you're developing a website in ASP.NET, and you wanted to deploy that in Azure, you can click on deploy in Visual Studio, and it will upload that in, or deploy that website in Azure, and then bang, your website is on the internet, and you can view your website and go from there. So yeah, you can also have databases, SQL database in the cloud, and things like that. Okay, you can instead of having your database on premises, you can use the Azure database, and then you could go from there. All right, Azure Data Factory is probably, if you want to get data, like I haven't used Azure Data Factory that much, but it's a bit like SSIS packages. If you want your data, if you have data in Excel, Microsoft Excel, and if you wanted to import that to Azure Data Factory, if you want to import that to, for example, SQL, Azure SQL, you can probably use Azure Data Factory to get that data from Excel and import that to Azure SQL. Okay, Azure SQL database. Okay, so that's a bit of an example about Azure. Okay, so the development. Okay, this is the C# coding. So any of you guys know C#? Anyone?
Not as yet. Not as yet.
Yes, I
And,
do.
and
Okay.
one more thing, Murtuza. Regarding Dynamics, I can understand that's a brand. But what's the difference between AX, Great Plans, Nav? Can you explain a little bit what are the differences and which product is required to be used or better to be used at which requirements?
Okay. So let's take Microsoft Dynamic Great Plains. Okay, that's your payment system. Okay, that's the one where it does the physical payment. Okay, so going back to the travel agent example, is I'm paying the travel agent. So you probably won't pay directly through CRM, but you'll use Microsoft Dynamic Great Plains to do the actual payment. So when you've done the payment, like obviously, you know, you can't just you can't just go in the bank and pay someone. These are whole maybe thousands of contacts. So you can't just go directly in the bank and or net bank and pay someone. You would have to use a system like Microsoft Dynamic Great Plains. What that does is you got all your contacts, all your travel agent contacts in there, and you can go and pay. You can run the payment system or all your contracts, and then you can physically go and look at your net bank and see if they physically did get paid. Maybe you might look at 2 or 3 travel agent contacts and see if they did get paid, and then that verifies that they got paid. And that's a system to use it for. You know what I mean? But if you want to send a tax invoice, for example, to your travel agents, then most likely you'll use CRM for that. Okay, so you want to, after you've done the payments, okay, you would send the tax invoice to your to all your travel agents saying that this is how much you got paid, and this is your tax invoice, basically. Make sense?
Yes, trying to comprehend.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's all right. That's all right. The more you work in CRM and other tools, and the more you understand more about this Dynamics in Great Plains. It's more of an ERP tool, or Nav. Microsoft Dynamics Nav is an ERP tool. Or now AX is pretty famous as well. They used for that. You know, if you wanted to manage like warehouse data, if you wanted to manage a warehouse, you can use Microsoft Dynamic Nav or Navision to manage your warehouse inventory. You know how many stocks are coming in, how much stocks are going out, those type of things. You can do that with Microsoft Dynamic Navision as well. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So now your development. Okay. So in this course, I'll be trying to be touching a bit of C# coding. It's not that much. Most of it will be administration. So maybe if I get a chance, I'll try to touch C# coding. So in here you can create plugins. All right. In Dynamic CRM. So there's a CRM plugins. All right. CRM plugin, you can use it for if you create a contact in your CRM, or if you created an account in CRM. Then what you can do is, if you wanted to do something after that, like a function after that, you can use your plugins for that. So for example, you created a company called Commonwealth Bank, and it has, for example, industry type. Okay, your industry type might be financial or soft IT or something like that in your industry type drop down list. Okay, and then in your contacts, you also have an industry type. Okay, so when you create the account industry type, then you want it to sync to your contacts, all contacts related to the account. So for example, Commonwealth Bank, you know, you might have 3 contacts in there, and you want the industry type to be synced so if you select a value in your account and you wanted to sync it with your contacts, you can do that as well. You can create a plugin for that does your syncing for you. Okay, you can also send emails in using you can also send in workflows in plugins you can also send emails. That's not a problem, but in workflows you can also send emails. Workflow is more of a user interface, is a GUI which doesn't require code. But then again, you can add code to that. It depends how complex your workflow is. All right. And you can do some of the things that plugins do using workflows. Okay. So I'll show you a bit of that. Then you have your console app. Your console app is your Visual Studio console application. Okay. And you can use the CRM SDK. The CRM SDK is a software development toolkit, software development kit that you could use in what you call it in the CRM. So, for example, one example is that you have your contacts in your CRM, like you have, like, say I'm a charity organization, okay, and I have details in the contacts such as the credit card details, all right, when it's about to expire, okay. So if the credit card is about to expire, like say if it's about to expire within a month, then what I'll do, my console application would be scheduled probably like, you know, sometime like, you know, like 10 p.m. at night or something like that, and you'll read all the contacts and it'll read all the contact details and say we'll check if the credit card is about to expire. If the credit card is about to expire, then the console application will send the email to the customer saying that your credit card is about to expire, and basically, you know, they'll get a notification. So that's one reason why you can use your console application for. And you can use it to create class libraries, okay? So, yep.
Sorry to interrupt. I have a question. Whatever plugin you create using C# and Visual Studio, so they are applicable on premises now without any doubt. But what about online? If we have Dynamics 365 online tenant, so can we deploy that plugin to online version as well?
Yeah. There's a application called Plugin Registration Tool. Okay, the plugin registration tool. You never deploy. Well, as far as I've done through my practices, I've never deployed directly to CRM my C# my plugins or code. We use the plugin registration tool to do the deployment. So you upload the for example, you created a plugin. All right, a plugin is kind of like an extension to a class library. So there's a DLL with that, right? So you upload the DLL to the plugin registration tool, and then what you do is then you'll tell then that plugin registration tool is connected to your CRM, whether it's on premises, whether it's online, in the cloud, okay, like Dynamics 365, and that will create your that plugin registration tool will communicate with your CRM and add the plugin there, and then your plugin should work and go from there. Okay, so hopefully let me try if I don't know if I can cover it today, but let me try in the future that I could probably cover some of the plugins and the plugin registration tool in this future videos. Then you have your class library. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Then you have your class libraries. Okay, your class library, what you call it, like your .NET class libraries. Okay, so you create class library. You can use that for your data access layer. Okay, you can use the CRM SDK and use that for your data access layer. So if you wanted to create a web application, a front-end portal, you know, that talks to the CRM in the background, you know, then you can use the class library with the front-end web portal, front-end website that talks with the CRM in the background. So you can use a class library for that. And obviously your website, sometimes you might do direct using CRM SDK directly on your websites if you want to create a portal, for example. So a good example for a portal is like you have a member portal, for example, okay? So your members might be people, you know, public people, okay? Like, for example, you know, like they need to manage some of their details in the CRM, okay? So you might have a customer that works for Fairfax, or you might have a customer that works for Commonwealth Bank. You might have a customer that works for XYZ company. Okay, so the thing is the thing is that you want them to change the details, some of the details in CRM. Obviously, CRM is used within your company. You're not going to give them access to CRM. What you're going to do, you probably create a website or a web portal and give them certain access where they can modify their contact details or something like that. If they want to update their address or something like that, you could create a front-end website or front-end portal which is available on the internet, and then they can log in the web portal, and then they can do whatever they want, and then they can update the details in the website, and then on the background it's updating the CRM. Okay, so that's one example of using a CRM portal. Okay, and you can use it for web APIs and web services. So the same concept, if you create web API, if you create web services, you can use that in other places, on your mobile phone. You can create a mobile app that talks to the web API and those type of things, and your web services. All right. Then you have your JavaScript coding. JavaScript, they use a special thing called XRM coding, which is like the which you could use in when you do the JavaScript coding. So an example of a JavaScript is you want to set a field to required. So if you select, for example, if you have in your contacts you have industry type drop down list. Okay, you might have one called finance, you might have one called IT, you might have one called I don't know, accounting or something like that. Okay, so what you do, if you want, when you're selecting your drop down list, if you wanted to select account or finance, right? And then if you select finance, you want other fields to be mandatory, just like a normal web form, right? A normal web page you have on ASP.NET. If you select something in a drop down list or field, and then after that selection, you want other fields to be mandatory, then you can customize that using the JavaScript and do those type of things. Or if you want to select the value in the drop-down list, and then after selecting the value, you want to hide a specific section in your form, then you can do that in the JavaScript as well. All right, then you have your HTML pages, which is like your web resource. If you want to create a custom HTML page, or if you want to create a custom ASP.NET page, and if you want to link that with your CRM, you can do that as well using the web resource. Okay, and then you have your plugin registration tool, which you can you asked before about how do you get your plugins uploaded into CRM. You use a plugin registration tool for that. Okay. All right. So I think that's a bit of Actually, I'll go through these details as well. So how to query data through Dynamic CRM. So the ways you can query data, there's one called Fetch XML, which I'll show to you later on. One is the link queue. I don't know if you know about the link queue. That's if you use normal .NET applications, you can use link queue to query a database. Has anyone used link queue before? Anyone?
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yes, I've used it.
Okay.
I haven't used it.
Okay. And then you have your query expressions, which is one of the old ways that you like before in link queue and was introduced. You used to use query expressions to query your data via CRM and go from there. All right, the licensing costs. Okay, the licensing cost for the CRM is the full license is about. Don't record me on this. Okay, but from what I've seen is that roughly it's about $100 per month for a full license. Okay, and a team license is probably about $10 a month. Team license is you get limited access to your CRM. Okay, so you might only get access to the account entity, the contact entity, and maybe some other entities. Entities, just think of entities like forms, or like your account form and your contact form. When you create a form on CRM, when you create something, when you create a contact, you use a form to create the contact, right? So yeah, and then there might be other licensing as well. Okay, so there might be the sales license and other ones as well. I'm not too sure about that. You can inquire about that. Now, if you want to compare the Salesforce license, so again, don't record me on this, but I think roughly I read an article that Salesforce license is about $150 per user per month if you want full access. Okay. All right. Now, this course might not cover everything you want to know about Dynamics CRM. So there is a website called Pluralsight. Okay. Any of you guys heard of Pluralsight?
Yep.
Okay. Pluralsight has a lot of CRM videos. So it has a lot of videos that you can learn from CRM. Not only CRM, but .NET, even system administration stuff, and even I think Cisco and all these other stuff. I'll show you Pluralsight. So if we go to Pluralsight,
Okay.
right, and we search for like CRM. Okay, so here we have a developer course here, Dynamic CRM, part 1, and I think there's like a couple of parts, like 4 or 5 parts, where you can go and watch the video of CRM. This is, I think, using CRM 2011. This is not, I don't think this is Dynamics 365. CRM 2011, this is an on-premises one, but you can have a look at some of the, here's the overview, and you know, all that information there. So Pluralsight is not free, it costs some money. Okay, so if you wanted to, what you call it, you know, I think it costs like $40 or something like that per month. But if you have access to Pluralsight, you can really learn CRM a lot in detail. Okay. Okay, so I've watched a couple of these videos, and it really helped me when I started working in the CRM industry. Okay. Okay.
Apart from the school site, I can also share, like we have Udemy where we have a free course. So it has a very good introduction to the Dynamics 365, and also on Microsoft Virtual Academy, you can find the courses which are free.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So if we select Udemy, and if we select courses here, and if we type in CRM, well, here's a course we can purchase for $12. You know, in CRM Nav AX, and if you want to get more information, it's a 2.5-hour video. It's a beginner course, but if you wanted to purchase this, you can go ahead and.
There's a course by Abhay Sharma, which is a free one in the Udemy. So I can share it if anybody needs it.
Yeah, sure. After this course, you can post it in the software group, and you can share that CRM video, that course, and go from there.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the Udemy and the Pluralsight, which you can watch more videos. Okay. All right. The next part. Okay. Okay. So registering for Dynamics CRM. So let's get to the demo part now. So if you wanted to register for Dynamics 365, you go here. You type in Dynamics 365 trial version. Okay, and here you got trials.dynamics.com. Okay, you click on it. All right, it brings me to this web page because I think I've got access. But if you wanted to there should be one sign up here. Actually, sorry, this is the web page. Sorry, ignore what I just said. So if you wanted to sign up for a Dynamics 365 account, you can go here and just follow the prompts and try to sign in here, your name, your last name, and your details, and go from there. Okay, so you sign up and you get a trial version. I think it's a 30-day trial version, and go from there. Okay, now what happens after that is this gets created for you. Okay, your portal. So if you want to log into CRM, you type in portal.office.com. Okay, and you come up on this page. It's not just got Dynamics CRM. It's got SharePoint, and it's got some other stuff as well, Flow, and other stuff as well. You can probably explore all your apps and see other things in here as well. But yeah, so what we're interested in is Dynamics 365. So what we'll do is we'll click on Dynamics 365. And then I've enabled all the services. So I've got access to customer services, field services, project services, sales, all these things. But the main one to go to start customizing is using the Dynamics 365 custom. Okay. All right. So this is your Dynamics 365 view. Okay. So basically, this is what your Dynamics 365 will start up. So what I mentioned, the opportunities, right? If you have won opportunities, if you have lost opportunities, it creates a graph for you, and you can really create a very interactive graph with Power BI. This is a bit limited, your out-of-the-box reports in Dynamics 365, but you can create more custom, more enhanced reports with Power BI. Okay, so let's go to the next point. We also have the CRM marketplace. Okay, so if I show you here, we click on sales here. Okay, and we go to settings. I think it is Microsoft App Source. I think that is. It's just loading. All right, this is your CRM marketplace. These are some add-ons which you can do. I think CafeX is like a online chatting. I think it is live chat mentions here. You can link it with your CRM. So if you wanted to talk with your customers, do live chat, you can use CafeX for that. And you can use all these other tools. I'm not going to go through these tools. There's the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. All right, this is a very popular one where for your sales team, you might use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Okay, and there's other things there as well. Okay, so this is your marketplace. Okay. The next part is the CRM sales. Okay, so we got time to go through sales. So the sales is here. So if you click on, the sales here, and if you have sales, okay, the first thing you need to do, you have your accounts and contacts. Okay, so if I click on my accounts, just yesterday I created an account called Commonwealth Bank and Westpac Bank. Okay, these are my accounts that I created. Okay, and if I click on Commonwealth Bank, this is the details of Commonwealth Bank. Okay, you can insert your phone number, fax, and all those other things with the Commonwealth Bank. Okay, and you can have a look at some of these information. Now I've got this LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which shows people linked with Commonwealth Bank, and this obviously is an extra cost with the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, but you can use that and go from there. Okay. All right, so I'll show you an example of this. Okay, so I'll show you an example of this later. So that's one of your accounts, all right? So this is your form. You can see your activities, any activities related to this. So I created some activities yesterday related to Commonwealth Bank, so it shows this information. So um, a meeting here, a phone call, and an opportunity. All right, so I have 3 in here. Okay, so these are the activities related to Commonwealth Bank. Okay, all right. So we go back to the accounts, and if you want to select, like obviously the CRM is not going to be only used by you. It's probably going to be used by other people in your company. So if you want to look at all the other accounts with all the other ones that people have created, and you can look at this here. Okay, these are the ones that are created out of the box. I never created these. Okay, so but you can see here that you know, there's some data that you can play with here. Okay, so to create a sales, right? So the first thing is your accounts, right? If you click on if you click on Commonwealth Bank again, oh, you see this other drop down here. Okay, and then with that drop down, you see your contacts related to your accounts. Okay, to Commonwealth Bank. So just loading. So here is my account. Okay, so here's my contacts related to the Commonwealth Bank. So if I want to add a new contact, let's add a new contact, and we'll just call this guy here Donald Trump. Okay, job title, he is the account manager. Okay, and the email, he works in a Commonwealth Bank, and his email might be test3@test.com. Obviously, you will put in a real email address here. His phone number might be 04. So that's his mobile number, and then he has his business phone number and so on, and then and then the company, and then his address details. This address is pre-populating from the Commonwealth Bank address, but if you want to change that, you can change it here, and you click on save. All right. So now Donald Trump is part of the Commonwealth Bank. What you call it? Contact. Okay. And you can create more contacts here. Okay. You can create another one. For example, Barack Obama. All right. And he might be the financial planner. All right. And just for at test.com. All right, and then if you want, you can insert his mobile phone details. So just go 04. Okay, that's his contact details we saved. Now we have 2 contacts in for the Commonwealth Bank. Okay. All right, so that's how you relate to create an account and a contact. Everything starts within an account and a contact in CRM. Okay. Obviously, if you need to create an opportunity, that person, you need to create an account for him, and you need to create a contact for that person, then you can create the opportunity. Okay. So if we go down here, if we click on contacts, we can create a contact. Okay. I've already created Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Yesterday, I created these other ones, the contacts as well. These are my active contacts here. But if I want to see all contacts that other people have created, these are some of the examples that other people have created. Okay, but if I want to create a new contact, I'll just click on new. Okay, and I can create a contact here, first name, last name. So we can call this Imran Khan. All right, and that person belongs to the company. So he belongs to, do I have Westpac in here? Westpac. Actually, I'll just do Commonwealth Bank. So if we go Commonwealth Bank, there we have that there. His email address will be test5@test.com, and his phone number is 04. All right, something like that. Okay. So if we click on save here, we have Imran Khan's is now added as a contact here and is part of Commonwealth Bank. So if we go back to the Commonwealth Bank, we can go directly to the company here. We can click on the Commonwealth Bank company, and we can see his details. This is the Commonwealth Bank one, okay. And if we go back to here and go to contacts, then hopefully Imran Khan should be here as well. Imran Khan is there, okay. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
All right. All right, okay. So that's your contacts and your accounts, okay? All right, the next thing you want to do is you have an opportunity. Say you're a builder and you have a house and you're selling houses, and Imran Khan went to your website, all right? And he contacted you, and this guy became an opportunity now. Okay? So so what happens is we have an opportunity. Sorry guys, it's just taking time to load.
Just a quick question. Is there a plugin that pulls in the calls data?
Which data?
The telephone data.
Is there a plugin that can create a phone data, like create a phone call data or something like that? Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking if there's a plugin that can create an opportunity when someone rings you.
Yep. Okay. So generally, there has to be some manual insertion in the opportunities. A person has to go and fill it. But one thing you can do, like let's just say, and there has to be one trigger. Okay. So let's say you got a website and you got a contact us form in there. Okay. What happens is that when you fill out that contact form, when the person fills out that contact form, all right, you want that converted to a lead. Okay, or an opportunity. Okay, so you can go and you can custom code and do some custom coding in there, that when that person fills out a contact in contact form in the website, it will be converted to an opportunity. Okay, and then you might get an email, as a salesperson, you might get an email notification that, okay, that, obviously you got to code all this up. You got to create workflows or some type of using the CRM SDK, some coding to do all this stuff. You can also use, sorry, I should say, there's other tools out there that you can use. It's not always required code. There's other tools you can use, which you can get data from a website to your CRM, and you can do those type of things. There's some tools out there. I forgot the actual name, but it doesn't always require coding. There might be tools out there that do all these things as well. But yeah, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so continuing on. So let's create a new opportunity. All right. So as I said, this opportunity might be coming in from automatically from a website, a contact us web form website. But in this case, we don't have our CRM talking to other systems. Our CRM is just our CRM is just our CRM as it is. Right now it's not talking to other systems. But obviously, if you work in a company, then you probably want your CRM to talk to other systems and go from there. Okay, like a website or something like that. Okay. So the
Uh,
copy, yep.
I have a question. Like this opportunity is the first step, or the first step is a lead? Because what I've learned, like the lead can be converted to opportunities. So then the sales process, lead will come first, and then the opportunities.
Well, look, it depends on the company and how it's set up. You can have a direct opportunity itself. Some people don't like to go lead and opportunity. Lead is, for example, that, as I said, contact form, and he contacts you, and then you might convert that to a lead, okay? And then the lead, if that person is valid, then you can probably say he's an opportunity. So, all right, let's in this case, let's just create a lead, okay? So we'll go a lead, okay? So we create a lead. So you got a lead coming from a website. Say this lead is automatically created. So we say you say you're a builder, you're a house builder, you want to sell houses, okay? So what you want to do is you say, Imran Khan house opportunity, just opportunity or lead, whatever you want to call it, okay? And the name. So the name is okay. Right now it's not shown as a contact. Okay. When you fill out the name here, you can't link it with the contact. Okay, as a lookup field where it shows all your contact details. I'll show you what I mean. I'll create an opportunity as well without a lead. I'll show you what I mean. So you got the business phone. So you might add all these details, his mobile phone, 0412345678. Okay, and his email, test6@test.com. Okay, and then what you do now is you save. Okay. All right, now Imran Khan is saved as a lead. Okay, you might give him a call. You might record an activity here, add a phone call. Okay, sorry, here you can email appointment approval phone call. Let's just say you made a phone call. I called this guy up to see if he's genuine. Okay, so called Imran Khan. All right, and basically he was description. He was a real person. This, you can write whatever you want in the description. All right, and click OK. And now it's added as a you've made a phone call with him. Okay, and then what you do? Does he qualify? Yes. Well, he's a valid person, so he qualifies. All right, you can see lead here. It was Imran Khan. Now, when I clicked on qualified, what's happening here? Is saying what account does this guy belong to? Oh, so they're saying there's a duplicate warning. What it's saying is there is a contact in here already called Imran Khan. Okay, so what contact does he belong to? Well, this is him. Okay, what company does he belong to? Well, he probably belongs to Commonwealth Bank. Is it there? Bank. No, sorry, it doesn't show that. Just the contact, sorry, is Imran Khan. Okay, so we say that this person was Imran Khan, the contact we created. We click continue. So we see qualify, you see leads here. All right. Now you should see it as an opportunity. It's converted to an opportunity. Okay, Imran Khan. Okay. His account, what company belongs to?
Could you please come again?
Say again. What do you want to know?
Sorry, I'm lost a bit.
Okay, so Imran Khan was a lead and he was converted to an opportunity. He qualified as an opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I got. He qualified then.
So there was a duplicate detection. There was a contact we created a contact already called Imran Khan.
Yes.
it detected the duplicate, okay? And it said Imran Khan already exists in the system as a contact, all right? Do you want to use, what you call it? We should use his contact. Is that the same person as the Imran Khan person that you added in your lead? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, this is the person that I wanted to use, Imran Khan, the contact that I created before, and then it converts to an opportunity. Make sense? When you qualify, it converts a lead to an opportunity. Okay?
Sure.
And then what you do is you probably want to contact the person. So what company, what account he belongs to. So this guy, he belongs to Commonwealth Bank.
So if I'm not wrong, the lead belongs to any new client or where there is an opportunity.
Yeah, a lead can be anyone. A lead can be Donald Duck, right? So if there's a lead, if that person already exists as a contact in your CRM, it will pick up the duplicate and say, look, Donald Duck is in our system. Is he the Donald Duck that you're referring to? That web page you saw, and you say, yep, that's a Donald Duck, and you click OK, and therefore it converts the lead to an opportunity. But let's just say Donald Duck was not in the system. All right. Let me just do this. I'll come back to Imran Khan, okay? Let's just create another lead here. All right. Let's just create one called Donald Duck, okay? So if we go a lead, so we don't like, if we go to a lead and we call this lead Donald Duck. So Donald Duck house opportunity. All right, his name is Donald Duck. All right, his phone number is 004. All right, and his email would be donald@tess.com. Okay. Now, if we go here, save. Okay, saved it. Okay. Now, if we wanted to give him a call or something to see if he's a valid person, we can give him a call, record it as an activity. But once we've done that, we can qualify him. Now, this qualify converts the lead to an opportunity. Okay, Donald Duck didn't exist in our contacts, so now he's a contact. Before Imran Khan existed as a contact, that's why it was showing that a duplicate person, or there's a duplicate detection rule set there that this person is Imran Khan already exists. So is this the contact? Is this the person that you're referring to? Do you get what I mean? But in this case, Donald Duck didn't exist in our contact list, right? In our contact list, okay? Therefore, just credit it didn't go to it didn't detect the duplicate because he didn't exist, and it went from there. Okay, so let's just say what account that Donald Duck belongs to. So let's just say he belongs to the sorry, no. Let's just go to the account, and let's just say Commonwealth Bank. Search. Commonwealth Bank is here. All right. You went to his house, so you let's just save it here. Click on unsave change. We saved it here. Okay, this you can see it's pretty small here, but you can save it here. All right, and then you want to add so you had a meeting with him. So I went to. So as a salesperson, you'd probably say, well, I had an appointment with him, with Donald Duck. All right. So I had an appointment, so went to Donald Duck's house and showed him the house plans. All right. All right. It's regarding this opportunity, Donald Duck house opportunity. All right. And then if you click on save and close, all right, it's recorded as an activity here. Okay. And yeah, so it's recorded as an activity. Let's just say at the end, Donald Duck, was he a did we win? Was he an opportunity won or an opportunity lost? Let's just say in this case he was won. Okay, so let's just say Donald Duck said, "Well, yes, mate, we're going to build a house from you, and therefore this is one opportunity." So we say close as one, and we say, "Well, we won this. How much revenue we made out of here? We made $400,000." Okay. Description: he purchased the house plan B option, something like that. Purchase house plan B option. Click OK. All right, now here's an opportunity one. So if we go back to the opportunities here, sorry guys, I know it's 12 o'clock. Can you give me like another 5 more minutes?
While it's loading, just a quick question is opportunity. I can also say is a code, if a company business is like giving a code to a customer, if customer is satisfied with the code and they say yes, and they give you the PO, which is a purchase order, then this code, which is equal to opportunity, I can say code is won, right?
You can treat it something like that if you want to. Yeah. If you want
we can rename this opportunity to code, right?
Yeah, you can rename it to a code or something like that. You can rename it to whatever you want,
Okay.
All right, so you have your open opportunities here. And if we go down here, one opportunities, we see here, where is Donald Duck? If I search for it here, Donald. Where is it? One opportunities. Pretty sure. Don't know why it's not showing here. Donald Duck. There we go. Donald Duck. This is an opportunity one. All right. And then if you go back to your sales, if you go back to your front page, all right, you have your opportunities one here. Your report would now say that, okay, this is an opportunity one, and it'll update the graph. Okay. So it's saying there were 32 wins before, now there's 33 wins. Okay. So that's how you can use Dynamic CRM as a sales point of view. Cool. So guys, just letting you know, next week I don't have. I'm busy next Sunday, so there won't be class next Sunday. But the Sunday after that, there will be class. Okay. So I might be free next Saturday if anyone's interested next Saturday. But we'll talk offline about this if we wanted to do a class next Saturday. But Sunday I'm busy, so we'll go from there. Cool?
No, like I don't have any problems if you want to take a class next Saturday. But what I'm thinking is if you are not even in, whoever is taking class this week, okay, if they are interested, we all can sit on, join a meeting on Sunday and we can discuss if anyone comes up with any question. So if we can sort out by ourselves, because I work in D365 as well, and I believe the other people here in this meeting, they are also working in, some of them are working in D365, some of them are getting trainings only to maybe pursue their career there. So we can just sit and discuss, because if we don't come next Sunday, what I'm thinking is maybe this group will, if you don't continue something, then maybe people will go here and there, It's better if we come, even if you're not there, we come, we join, we just spend 30 minutes though, but we will join the meeting.
Okay, we'll see how we can do that.
I'm not sure what other
worst case,
thinking.
Or maybe we can do introduction.
next Saturday.
Yes, that's a good idea. If we spend 15-20 minutes, that's fine, Kasim.
Okay, we'll see what we can do next Sunday. We'll talk offline. We'll talk in the software group for this. Yeah. So was that? Do you guys have any questions before we wrap up? Any questions, guys?
I have few questions regarding Power BI, but we'll do it later because we didn't do Power BI today.
Yeah, I probably won't cover Power BI. Power BI need another license, so I'm not going to probably touch Power BI.
In D365, there's a built-in Power BI. I'm not talking about on-premises one or normal one, but the one which is D365. There's a built-in Power BI license as well. It's not with all the features, but some of them are there.
Okay, I'm not sure about Power BI. If I could probably get trial license for Power BI, let's see if we could create some.
But I have a Power BI. There's a 60 days free trial version. We can use that.
Okay, let's see how it goes, and we'll see if we can create a small report using Power BI or something. I'm not the best in Power BI. But
neither do I, and I don't even know anything about Power BI, but I really want to implement that in our company.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if we get the time. I wanna kind of finish this course by Christmas as well, because then after Christmas people go on holidays and those type of things. So yeah.
I can help you with Power BI class.
Okay. All right, no problem. We'll talk offline about Power BI and go from there. Cool.
Thank you.
All right, no problems. Then okay, that wraps up the class, and then we'll talk offline if we have a class next week. Meaning like if we want to do Saturday. If not, then we'll if not next week, then worst case we'll do it the week after. Cool.
Sure.
All right. Thanks for that, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.